So we went to tell her father, you know, that we were getting married, and her father still lives at Twin Oaks Community, which is, you know, this 100 people in this absolutely gorgeous space in the woods that is all income sharing and peaceful, and it's absolutely fantastic. But, you know, so we went to tell Gordon, her father, about this, and so he was giving us the tour, and he was, because he didn't know, eventually Devon just said, oh, well, you know, I don't know when it's going to be the right time to say it, but Paul asked me to marry him, and I said yes. And to which Gordon said, her father said, oh, oh. And Devon said, are you surprised? And he said, well, no, it's like, kind of like when someone kills themselves, but you kind of already knew they were depressed.
It's like that with you guys being a couple. It's like, you know, we knew that you guys were in love, and so it's not like, you know. Keep Your Silver Shined is, I mean, literally is about sort of, you know, domestic things, but I like to think that it has to do with keeping the things that are good in your life good, in addition to reaching for new, good, shiny, sparkly things. So to appreciate what you have, in addition to being like, oh, that, oh, I'll take that and that. Artsy folks, one of whom took the photo for that. So it wasn't necessarily supposed to be a wedding portrait on the cover, but it ended up being that just because it was a good photo. And then a lot of the songs sort of were written around the time that we got engaged and then married. So it's sort of that fact combined with that when you release a record, you want to have like a story to go with it. So it ended up for me being the story of me getting married, and since a lot of the songs sort of had to do with that, it sort of fit. And it's a little cheesy to have a story for your record, but you know, it's nice in terms of giving somebody an immediate like feel for what the record is about. It's felt like a pretty natural shift from the more emotional songwriting to a more sort of derivative, but you know, just influenced more like roots sort of writing. But I have listened to more jazz and more of that kind of stuff. Paul has a huge collection of CDs, and a lot of what I've been listening to since I wrote Keep Your Silver Shined was more jazz and swing and even like you know, reggae or African stuff, or you know, stuff that's not so much folk or singer-songwriter stuff. So that was really good for me in writing this in the record. And I think when you're young, it's really easy to write very emotionally and very like sort of confessionally, and it's nice to move past that and write in a more focused way that is still feels honest in expressing what you want to express, but it also is more purposeful, I think, and less haphazard in its sort of emotional output. And a lot of what I listened to when I was a teenager and when I was writing upstate songs was stuff that I don't listen to so much now. More sort of, you know, women's music that was very just like, I am here and I am a woman and this is music. And I love that, and it inspired me and liberated me to be a, you know, proud of myself person. But
and is ingrained.
Definitely. But it's nice to be able to, you know, solidify that and then move on to a more musically diverse or more rootsy sort of influence. It's been since Upstate Songs, which was my last record. Humor has been much more of a part of it, and it's not an easy part to incorporate. And being married to Paul Curreri has helped a lot with that. In that Paul does it in a way that's very sort of it's seamless and not cheesy, but really it kind of like it is in his personality, and like I want it to be in mine, and that I appreciate in other people, is like they're not just like freaking out all the time making jokes, you know, no matter what the social situation, but they are a very funny person, and it really like, it's a good kind of person to be around. And so, but it's very, very difficult to incorporate into writing and creativity in a way that like really works without being like really cheesy. So it's been a huge accomplishment to succeed in a few little songs. It's very difficult, but very a cool accomplishment if you can pull off a few songs that are funny without being like, well, she's funny, but you know, as a musician, you know.
Yeah, but you are funny.
Yeah, I'm a little bit funny. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Funny looking, funny acting. And her name's Joni Mendenhall, and she had this great guitar. And so when I got home, I said to Paul, I guess I went on tour with her, and every night I was like, hey, could I borrow your guitar for a couple songs? And I just loved it so much that I ended up playing it like the whole time. That my birthday was a few months later, and Paul found one on eBay, and he got together a bunch of my friends, actually like 30 of them, and each of them contributed just, you know, $20 or $50 or $100, and they all pitched in and bought this guitar for me. And not only did Paul coordinate that, but he also, there's this program on a PC computer called Paintbrush, and you can draw things in it, and he drew a picture of all the people that contributed to my guitar, and each little caricature of a friend. So now I have not only this beautiful guitar that all my friends and my closest family gave me, but I have this beautiful framed, weird little drawing of each person that gave it to me. So now I have this guitar that has become sort of a signature for the stuff I play, and really, you know, it adds like coolness to, you know, I get to be like, I like jazz music, and I play this badass jazz guitar, but I also, you know, it was given as a very loving, like, wonderful present.
She ran away crying.
Yeah, when he brought it out.